Let's break this down step by step so we know exactly what this code does and how to strategically approach writing PHP unit test cases for it. Let's understand the code. This heartbeat controller has one public method ping. Flow of the method is we get the current user. Okay, this returns the user object representing whoever is making the request. Then we are checking whether a user is authenticated or not. Third, we load the full user entity. Then we update the last active field and using the two methods set and save, and it updates the custom field with the current timestamp, and last it returns the JSON response. Let's understand the concept of dependencies to mock and stub. To unit test this, you must not hit real database or Drupal services. You mock them. You will need to mock or a stub Drupal current user. This returns a mocked account interface. And user load, this function returns a mocked user entity or null. And last, the Drupal time get current time, it returns a fixed timestamp. So here we want full coverage. That means testing all decision branches. Alright, in this section we are testing the heartbeat controller ping method. Quick recap of what the controller does. It gets the current user, and if they are authenticated, it loads the full user entity, updates a custom field called field last active time with the current timestamp, saves the user, and finally returns a JSON response like status alive and timestamp now. To unit test this cleanly, we won't touch a real database or real Drupal services. Instead, we will replace dependencies with test doubles, especially stubs and mocks. Step 1 is we will arrange and identify the dependencies. There are three external things this method relies on. 1. The current user service. Second, the user entity loader. And third, the time service. We will replace each of these with the controlled test doubles. Second step is we will create our stubs. So a stub is a fake that returns predetermined values. We use stubs when we don't care how many times something was called. We just want predictable data. First stub, current user. We make it return authenticated equals true and a fixed user ID say 123. Third step is we will create our mock. A mock is a fake with expectations. We use it when we want to verify behavior that certain methods were called with specific arguments. Our mock is a user entity itself. We set expectations that set field last active time equals 99999 is called exactly once, and the save method is called exactly once. If the controller forgets to set the field or calls save twice, the test fails. This is the core behavior or the core of the behavior verification. Step 4 is we will simulate entity loading. The code calls user load ID. In the pure unit test, static calls are hard to replace. In production code, the best practice is to inject entity type .manager and call get storage user method, which is easy to mock. For this tutorial, think of it this way. We simulate the load so that when the controller asks for user 123, it receives our mocked user entity. The effect is the same. The controller interacts with our mock, not the database. Step 5 is act. Act is what? Call the method under test. We run controller ping method. Step 6 is the assertions where we verify the outcomes. We check two things. 1. Behavior on the user entity mock, where the set method with the expected field and the timestamp and a single save method. Second, we will check the output. The returned value is a JSON response, and the decoded JSON includes status alive and a timestamp key. If you pin the time in the controller, you can assert the exact number, otherwise just assert the key exits. This was a quick overview of how to write PHP unit test cases, including a brief look at the mocks and the stubs. In the next tutorial, we will dive deeper into these concepts. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.